All right, hello my loves. This is a bit different. I wanted to try something different and I hope you can enjoy it. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about everything from body image to journaling to, this is kind of going to be a rambling type-esque podcast episode today because I don't have anything planned and I really like when nothing is planned. Let's get into it. Our first topic that I wanted to touch on is body image. This is something that I continually struggle with. It's always a back and forth kind of thing. And I always preach, especially to all of you, that it is so important to love your body for what it is and to enjoy the person that you are, because it is so easy in this world to get lost in social media and the way that others look, and it's easy to compare yourself to those kinds of people, especially if it's always on your feed, always on your phone, and sometimes it's hard to stray away from those instances. I wanted to touch on this because as of right now, I haven't been the most amazing person to my own body. It's something, again, that is a back and forth kind of thing. You're always going to have to work on it because it's so easy to fall back into the traps of the shittiness of it, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. What I'm struggling with, and I'm not sure if any of you would be struggling with the same kind of thing, is feeling comfortable in the clothing that I'm wearing, or looking in the mirror and being comfortable with the qualities of my body that don't fit the social norm. I used to not struggle from this. I used to think that after going through all my self-love practices that I would never have to touch on this again. And I think it's important to speak on this because the journey of healing and the journey of learning to love your body and love who you are as a person, it's ever changing, ever going. You always sometimes have to start back at point A. You don't always end at point B. So that's where I'm at right now. And a thing that has been helping me a lot when it comes to dealing with body image and not enjoying what I'm seeing is telling myself that I am beautiful, I am human, and my body is deserving of love. And I know that might seem, I don't think dumb is the word that I'm looking for, but it might seem kind of funny to say those things to yourself, and it might be kind of awkward for you if you're somebody that doesn't do that. But it is that way at first. But once you get used to it, it's really helpful as a tool to start enjoying the body that you have and enjoy it for what it is. So, big thing from that was I really wanted to get to the source of why I felt this way and why I have continually been trying to lose weight, continually being angry at myself for not working out or moving my body, continually being mad that the pants from last year don't fit me the way that they fit last year. And I think the reason that it is that I've strayed away so much from just loving the body that I have. I don't know how to explain this in a way that perfectly makes sense, but hear me out for a second, okay? I think I'm feeling this way because I've been having a lot of free time to think and to scroll on my phone and to see all these outside images or even hang around people that are so much tinier than me. And it makes me want to compare myself to them. And it sucks. It really sucks. But it's something that we all, at some point in our life, come in front of and have to confront it, or we're just going to live this life of being unsatisfied with who we are and continually wanting to change the person that we are. So, what I decided to do, and I don't know if I mentioned doing this, but I decided I wanted to make a vision board for the new year, and I focused a lot of my vision board as something that didn't have set goals, if that made sense. and that had positive words about myself, about what my relationship with food would look like, what my relationship with my body would look like. And as simple as it was to create a vision board of just pictures and little words and quotes, it really put my mind into this perspective that I need to start loving the body that I have. And so now what I'm doing actively, because obviously this process is not complete, I am still working on learning how to enjoy the body that I have and be very, very appreciative of it, because my brain, for some reason, is not happy with how it sees itself, and we need to learn to love it for what it is. But what I've been trying to do is move my body when I want to move it. So if I feel like I've been laying in bed until 4 p.m., if I haven't even gone on a walk, if I only took my dogs out to the backyard to use the bathroom, I really try to get some sort of movement in, because one, I know that a lot of my negativity towards my body comes from how I'm dealing with my mental health. And when I'm not taking care of my mental health, everything else underneath it falls apart. So that includes just going outside, getting in the sun, moving my body. And I'm really trying this time around of creating a healthy relationship with working out. So what does that look like? It looks like, to me at least, trying to find an activity that I actually enjoy and actually want to do where it doesn't feel like I'm working out. So in the past, that used to be when I was in high school playing volleyball. I didn't feel like that was a workout. It was when I was a dancer and I danced every single week for numerous amounts of hours. That didn't feel like a workout. And now as an adult, I started taking cycling classes and I've actually really, really enjoyed them. I don't know. I thought it was going to be like an influencer thing that I was going to hate, and for some reason, I really, really love it. So a part of making my relationship with working out or exercising something healthy, it's also letting my mental health be healthy. Does that make sense? But part of creating a healthy relationship with the gym, exercising, moving my body, it's also making the relationship of my mental health better. It's also creating a way I see my body better as well, because I feel like I'm taking care of my body when I'm doing it, instead of forcing my body to do it like how I used to. Another thing that I've really been trying to do is meditate about how I feel about my body and really get into that mindset of I need to take care of my body. And taking care of my body includes loving it, enjoying it, embracing it. And so I've been trying to get into that headspace while I meditate and really focus on that within the moment. And I've done a few different guided meditations which have been really, really helpful. So if that's something that you're interested in, go and check that out. There's a few different YouTube channels that have a ton of guided meditations, and they are honestly my favorite and I love them. But also the third thing that I've been trying to focus really hard on is journaling about my body, to really tap into what I'm feeling about my own body, to make me understand where my thought process is going, to make me understand what the source of all of this. And I know I have a journaling channel, as a lot of people like to claim my niche as, but there are times where I have to put down my journal and I don't journal. There are times where I'm not the perfect person when it comes to journaling, and I don't do it as frequently as I feel like. But I've found that when I take specific topics that I'm personally struggling with and I curate my own prompts for them and everything like that, that it really does help me. And it's crazy how much journaling really, really helps you, which is why I make all these videos for them. But I sometimes forget how helpful they really, really are. But yes, that is my portion on body image, how my relationship currently is looking like, and what I'm trying to improve on. And I hope that this is useful to you if you are also trying to improve on that aspect of your life, because body image is such a hard one to get through and continue to get through and continue to focus on. And I think it's something that a lot of us continually struggle with, and that's okay. But I think that was a lot of me talking about that. Maybe. I don't know. Moving on to the next topic, which I think, what was I going to say? Body image, and journaling, which we kind of tapped into while I was talking about my body image. But recently I have only been journaling for when I make journaling videos. That is the honest truth. I have not been journaling much. I have not been journaling much on my own time, other than when I'm trying to figure out journaling prompts, or whether I have to upload a video to YouTube about journaling, and I really haven't separated my own downtime to do journaling. I haven't really put myself in another space to just journal freely and not journal for content wise. But that's also something that I'm trying to work on, is to journal for myself when I want to journal, and understand that I don't only have to journal once a week because it's required of me for my content schedule. I don't know if any of you go through this when you're journaling, or if you journal to any of my videos of like, I don't want to do this today, I can't do this today, and it's like a forceful thing, and I don't know why this is happening to me, of like I sometimes don't want to sit down and journal, and it feels like a chore to do almost, and I've lost the like self-care of it at times. But then once I actually sit down and do my journaling, it's like, oh, this is why I journal. This is why I do it, because this is actually helpful. So I don't know if sometimes you get lost too, but I get lost when it comes to journaling, and that's okay. I mean, I think that journaling and self-love and healing and growing and your body image and all of these things are like things that are a continuous cycle. And I say this with a lot of my videos, that all of the things that I talk about and all of the things that we go through is this continuous cycle, and you're gonna have your ups, your downs. It's not gonna be linear, all that good shit, you know? And I didn't realize that journaling is also included in that, and that is an okay thing. Yeah, so that is something that I also have been struggling with, and I don't know if that's something that all of you also struggle with, is at times you don't want to journal, even though it's like the best self-care you can have. It just doesn't feel like self-care thinking about it, and then doing it, it does. It's so weird, and I'm really trying to figure out how to bring journaling into a space that feels more personal to me. So that's something I'm working on. Those are the top two things that I'm working on currently, and I honestly hope this little podcast-esque little episode was worth your while, worth your hearing. I really just like sitting down sometimes and making these little impromptu videos. I think I've told all of you this a lot of times, where I just talk about whatever is on my mind in the moment. And I don't know, I know some of you really enjoy them because it's helpful. They're things that you're going through too. So that also makes me feel more comfortable doing it, because I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one, right? But yeah, I think that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if there's any other topics that you want me to sit down and like touch on. I know body image was a huge one for a lot of you, so thank you for kind of giving me this idea. but it's also something I've been wanting to touch on because I have not talked about body image in a long time. That is all for today. Thank you for sitting through this. I love you all. Remember, you're incredible. I'm so proud of you and whatever you all are doing. And I will see you on Wednesday for a journaling video together. All right, love you. Bye.